الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This episode is number 13, which is about money too. Because the subject money will take more or take few episodes, we'll call them or we'll number them all about money, one about money two, and so on and so forth until we finish the subject of money. In the last episode, we talked about how in traditional economic introduced money by the function of money. After the function of money, they say very little about the history of money and how, to cut the story short, the bank become a manufacturer of money. We will know later on how banks manufacture money. Then they will start to introduce some idea about what is money. They call it the M note, and M1, and M2, and M3, and they start monetary mathematical equation, how to calculate it, then the broad meaning of money and the different currency and how to deal with them, then how the country manipulate the money supply, controlling the money supply. And by just starting to do that, you forget completely about the original money. What is money? You never tell you what is money. Here in Islamic economics, it's a bit different. We have to stop and say, from the Islamic point of view, what is money? And we should do that. Why? Because money is distorted or subject to distortion in a such way, the side effect of it is reach each one. And a lot of problem came from money. And because the whole politics even become about money. Even if you ask politicians, they would say politics is how to run the economy. And if you ask economists how to run the economy, he say first to control money. Maybe you don't like the word control, to manage money. But here in Islamic economics, we're completely different because we have to look to the original way. To me personally, and what I write, I claim for somebody who understands the importance of money for human society, he must come to a question. Would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God, have created money or let it to people to create it or to manufacture and causing too much injustice? The most important justice in human society is the trade justice. And if you don't have that, you won't have any justice. And the ultimate objective of Islam, to have justice. And from that question, some people find it strange why God create money or not. We don't create money. The whole world now working human manufacture money. I'm not going to rush to any conclusion now. We'll have to address the subject in details relating to the importance of money. Then I'm going to use a methodology. In this methodology, I will address it in two sides. The first one is the negative side, or the negative study, which is the history for, I'm not saying development, because it hasn't been developed. It's actually against development. It's becoming worse. Then I would say the phases of money through the recent history. I call it negative because I will be concerned to show how bad these phases of money become, and how bad phenomena affected human as a result of what happened to money. In that negative, after I finish the negative side, I am bound or obliged Islamically to see the Islamic concept of money. And in this, I'm not talking about my view or my idea. No, once I said Islamic, I'm restricted to give the authenticity from the Quran and Sunnah. There's no other way. In order to feel strong or to address any Islamic issue, you have to prove your idea or the concept you are talking from the Quran and Sunnah. And starting the negative side in the recent history, in one day, all human has discovered the best thing to function as money, applying the function of money we are introduced early, whether they felt that naturally or by intellectually, they used gold and silver. In one time, the whole humanity uses gold and silver as currency, or as currency's unit. I'm careful of the words I'm using. Then, if the whole world reached that nature naturally to use gold and silver as money and accept it, there must something about it. But anyway, we'll come to that later. But the most important, than the whole world in one day was using gold and silver as currency. Some people say that was a development from barter system to money system. I refuse that completely. It didn't develop. The use of gold and silver as currency, I might introduce another word here, as a caliber of value since Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And I have what proves that. For a simple reason, when Adam alayhi salam received the teaching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught him, and the Quran was there because he was a prophet, and in the Quran mentioned gold and silver. He must know what is gold and silver and what the purpose of being there, the function of them. And in that reference, it said, Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, the first who minted the currency from gold and silver. For me, I have no doubt of that. Then, although the barter was there, all was there, and barter system has very important value, and it has a certain function in a certain situation. Then I'm not denying the function of barter. Barter means you change goods for goods. That's barter. But that was always there with money. And money was always before. And I said, since Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, the use of gold and silver as a currency unit. And he was the first one to mint the currency. Again, I have no doubt of that. And we will see a bit more about gold and silver. But from the negative side, our explanation, our addressing the subject of money, we have to explain something or phenomena. Without it, you will never understand money. That phenomena called goldsmith phenomenon. I have to explain it in detail. It's not a huge story, but it's a very interesting story which carry the meaning or the concept of what money we use today. Without it, you will never understand. You might, by some another methods, you will understand, but this story I would call again the goldsmith phenomena is the key behind understanding what money in our pocket today meant or established, or how money today is manufactured. And next episode, we will talk about the goldsmith phenomena. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.